What is going on, everybody? Depraved / here. We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are.
And we're back with Lord of the Lost.
You about called him Lord of the Flies.
Rings.
Oh.
Almost. Because I'm that kind of out of it right now.
One soul to rule them all.
Yes, basically. For they know not what they do. Which is the title of this track. So I'm excited. This is the only other music video that they've released for their upcoming release of their album, which is at the end of this week. I'm super excited. So,
you know how much fun it was to type in for they know not what they do?
A million times.
And over and over
I hope
again.
you copy and paste it.
I did.
Okay. So, stop complaining. Anyway, I'm really excited about this. This is track 2 off of their 24-track album that will be coming out. And let's see how the story continues. Pretty sure that this is going to be some sort of continuous...
And the story unfolds.
Right. And
do you
we're
think
still
they're
in
going to put out
Damnation.
24 music videos?
I hope they do. It's a good idea. They do such a great job. Like, their cinematography has always been on point. They always put out great concepts in terms of visuals and everything. So, yeah, that would be a very... they would have had to have started recording them, like, a year ago at least. But, yeah. So, excited.
All right. So, with that being said, we're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hop on over to all the things coming back. And we say that because we are a commentary, comedy, reaction, breakdown channel. What that means is we will pause for any and or all of the above. And with that being said, it is time to slash it up and break it down. This is Lord of the Lost with For They Know Not What They Do. Let's get it.
Ooh, they're getting the whole band involved in the choral. It almost reminds me of Queen.
Queen?
Know? Yeah.
Queen?
Yes.
Queen?
Yes. Yes.
I love the reference
To the crucifixion.
to the crucifixion. Forgive them for they know not what they do.
Well, and the whole Father forgive them part too. Yeah. And obviously, love, like, they didn't know that this was given and not accepted it. They're going to be stuck in their own prison, which is, their own mental prison. Interesting, though, that this is the same chick that was in the last one. Like, I'm interested to see where they're going with her. Because I'm not entirely sure with what happened with her last time.
Right.
Is she strangling him? Or am I seeing things wrong?
All right.
Blessing him while she strangles him.
All right.
I'm starting to like this chick.
She's either trying to unalive him.
Uh-huh.
Or
she's not opening his throat chakra and his third eye.
Or this is foreplay.
Okay, well, I mean, his head is in her lap.
Or Would it be wrong to say that Judas, as a character in the Bible, was running away from the things that he did?
He was.
Therefore, that would make him a chicken.
And what do you do to chickens?
Is she choking her chicken?
Guys, I'm sorry, we're terrible. This is our normal. This is just us. I'm really sorry. We do this on our off time too.
Bad joke. All right.
But he is a symbol of, like, the symbol of betrayal.
Right.
And honestly, was scapegoated because, like we talked about in the last one, if the whole idea of, like, predetermination and God knowing what you're going to do in your life, then he was doing what he was supposed to do in order to offer salvation to the world. So, if Chris's character is Judas, who is she? By the way, I've got to say she looks absolutely fierce in this one with the, like, raven feather cloak and, like...
And I love how when she's doing what she's doing here, she's not even looking down at him. She's just
and her eyes
blankly staring. Like,
the entire orb is black. Love it. Just like his when he's singing, but, you know.
Right.
I feel like this is both about...
I'm confused!
I feel like this is both about Judas and then Jesus' sacrifice. Because the way that he's singing... So, like, the Father, forgive them, was Jesus on the cross right before he died. But he's also saying they don't know that you've been forgiven. So I feel like maybe they're talking about the attitude towards Judas. Because if Judas was doing his predetermined job, he was forgiven.
Right.
And I mean, yes, he lived with the guilt and until he didn't in the Bible.
Until he unalived himself.
Correct. Unsubscribed. But again, you know, like he's saying forgive them, like she looked like she was being possessed when she was, you know, toying with his throat. So maybe, I mean, it sounds like it's almost like a possession, like they don't know what they're doing. They're almost unaware of their actions because they don't listen.
She's massaging the vocal stretch.
Like I said, I don't think she's opening his throat chakra. I don't think that's what's going on.
I don't know.
But she looks very, like, Viking chic. You know, I want the cloak.
No, you are within them. No, love, you've withered. You feel that their hearts are bitter. Whoa.
Love, you've withered. You feel that their hearts are bitter. Do you think this is a prequel? Like the reason Jesus's sacrifice was needed? Because a lot of this stuff is like what Jesus said about the Jews and why his sacrifice was necessary to open up the way for everybody.
Or since the apostles were always around him, they're repeating the things that he said.
Right.
Which is also possible. I'm also thinking video-wise. I have this idea that she's the angel of death.
Oh.
And he's actually dead now, and she's walking with him.
I mean, it's possible.
Because those kind of look like they could be angel wings.
Right, but they're black. They're
and
the raven black.
And with them, if she is the angel of death and they are dead, it would also make sense why her eyes are no longer all black. And
right.
I don't know.
Well, and if you noticed, her Judas symbol is back to white.
Right.
It's not the black that it ended turning into at the end of the last video. Like, I still wonder if this video is meant to be sort of a prequel to the last one we watched. I don't know. Like, I haven't figured it. But it would also, even if he's not dead, she could still be death stalking him.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay. Is she just fantasizing about knocking him off? Because each time her eyes have gone to the possessed state while we see a scene of, you know, and then we see that he's still standing or still laying in her lap or whatever, and her eyes have reverted to their normal state.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
It is.
It's wherever they are is also gorgeous, and, you know, I like that there's growls in this one, because I think Lord of the Lost does it very well. And again, they don't overuse it, I don't think. Like,
right.
they mix it in really well. And I am getting the Mother Just Killed a Man vibe from the quartet with the band.
I just killed a man.
When they come in for the choral sections, but they're like growl chorals, which is super cool. Like, I'm enjoying it.
Alright, so instead of actually being successful, she Sudoku'd herself.
Apparently. It was a great shame on her family and her cow. And, yeah, no, I am still confused. Okay, so...
I know it's Seppuku, guys.
He didn't fight back.
He just stopped
He
her.
blocked her, right. And looked very confused. And then she decided... maybe in order to stop herself, since she's been stalking him this whole time, like, this was the answer?
Like, maybe she can't control her urges.
Well, that's what I'm saying, with the, like, eyes switching back and forth, the possession versus her, like, she's...
I mean, they make medicine for that now. I'm just saying.
Well, but not back in the cool days where you get to dress like a Valkyrie.
Oh.
I mean, you still can, but, you know, socially acceptance and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over. Let's make sure there's nothing else like a post-credit scene.
Feels
You guys marvel
so
up on
much
us?
like this is a...
Ah! Why?
No. I feel like it could be a prequel. Because now she is lying in the woods, and at the very beginning of the last one, he finds her lying in the woods and like nurses her back to health for some reason. So this could be a prequel to that music video, if that makes sense.
When did the other one come out?
No, we did them in the order that they were released, and also the track order on the album. I'm just saying that it feels like visually
Very fuzzy.
this one came first. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. I want to know how much of it is true that she actually stabbed herself. Or if that wasn't also a hallucination of her own doing. And I only say that because when she actually laid down and she moved her hand away, there were no markings, there was no blood.
But that's why I feel like it could be a prequel, because when he finds her lying like that, collapsed, in the woods at the beginning of the last one, she's not bloody or anything. Whereas in this one, yeah, she looked very confused when her eyes were normal and her symbol was white.
Right.
To see what she had done. But then you see when she's possessed, she's screaming with bloody hands and still has like all the rage and so on. In terms of listening to it sonically, very catchy.
I really liked it.
I really like how they incorporated that sort of like church choir sound even with just the lyrics, because they are so biblical.
Right.
With the metal. Like I really liked it. I can't wait to... I'm confused, and I will openly admit it, and therefore I need the rest of the album like now. I need to figure out what's going on.
The only thing, though, is visually, I don't know what their story they're going with.
Right.
Because visually as a whole, I don't know how much of it really matches up with the story being told in terms of musically.
Right.
Or if they're just kind of going with their own little story.
Right. Well, that's why I said I'm confused.
But I mean, I feel like even if we get the album, we're not going to get answers to the videos themselves.
Potentially. Although, once we have listened to all the songs is when we go back and are able to actually listen to anything they say about it, because, guys, we don't listen to stuff that could give us spoilers ahead of time.
Right.
So that means that we could go back and see if they explain any of their concept at that point. But for right now, their cinematography is on point. I mean, it's small movies. I kind of feel like you left me at a cliffhanger, which I hate cliffhangers. Storyline-wise. Again, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on yet. There's so many different ways this could go. But sonically, that's a 2 for 2. I really enjoyed this. So.
I did too. Alright, so with that being said, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below what did you think of Lord of the Lost with For They Know Not What They Do. Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you to pray people later. Peace.